Welcome. Today, you're not just going to hear a story about success. You're going to feel the story of pain, faith, discipline, and unstoppable belief. This is not a fairy tale. It's real. This is the story of a little black girl from Tennessee, who was born weak, unwanted by the world, and broken by disease. And yet, she became an Olympic champion. She didn't just run. She flew. This is the story of Wilma Rudolph. And this story might just change the way you look at your own life. Let's begin. A baby girl is born. It's June 23, 1940. The world is at war. America is struggling. And in a small, poor town in Tennessee, a little girl is born into a family of 22 children. Yes. 22. Her name? Wilma. She was small, fragile, sick. The doctors looked at her and said, "She won't make it." She had pneumonia, scarlet fever, and polio, a disease that attacks the nervous system. It left her leg paralyzed. She was only 4 years old. The doctors said she will never walk again. And most people believed it. But not her mother. Her mother was a housemaid. Tired, poor, but strong. She told Wilma, "Doctors don't decide your future. You do." So every single day, Wilma's mother massaged her weak leg. 3 times a day. 4 years. She took her to a clinic 50 miles away. No car. Just faith. And slowly, something began to change. The first miracle. At 8 years old, Wilma started wearing a metal leg brace. She hated it. It was heavy. Ugly. Painful. Other kids laughed at her. But Wilma had already decided. "I'm not going to live in that brace forever." One day, at 11 years old, she took off the brace and started walking. The same girl who couldn't move her leg was walking on her own. That was her first victory. But she wasn't done. She wanted to run. People said, "Be realistic, Wilma. You should be thankful you can walk. Running is for others." But Wilma said, "No. One day, I'll run faster than all of them." And so she started training. Running barefoot. Falling down. Getting up. Running again. Her first race? She came last. Second race? Last again. But she didn't care. Because she was no longer running against others. She was running against her past. Her pain. Her doubt. And she was winning. The turning point. By 14, she joined her school's track team. By 16, she qualified for the Olympics. Yes. The girl who once couldn't walk made it to the world stage. But in the 1956 Olympics in Melbourne, she didn't win gold. She won bronze. She was disappointed. But not defeated. She came back home and trained harder than ever. No excuses. No distractions. No giving up. She said, "I'm going back. And next time, I'm going to win." The impossible happens. Rome, 1960. Wilma Rudolph, now 20 years old, steps onto the Olympic track. Nervous? Yes. Ready? More than ever. She ran the 100 meters. Gold. She ran the 200 meters. Gold. She joined the 4x100 relay. The U.S. team dropped the baton. Everyone thought they lost. But Wilma picked it up and ran like the wind. Gold. She became the first American woman in history to win 3 Olympic gold medals in a single games. The girl who was told she'd never walk became the fastest woman on Earth. Legacy. Wilma Rudolph didn't just change sports. She changed minds. She changed history. In a time when black women had no voice, she stood tall. She demanded that her victory parade in her hometown be desegregated, and it was the first of its kind in Clarksville, Tennessee. She became a teacher, a coach, and a mentor to thousands of girls. She didn't chase fame. She gave her life to helping others run. Wilma once said, "Never, ever underestimate the power of dreams and the influence of the human spirit." What can we learn from Wilma? Your beginning does not decide your ending. You can be born poor, sick, forgotten, and still rise. Disability is not an ability. She couldn't walk, but she became the fastest runner in the world. Pain can be your power. Wilma didn't run from her pain. She ran with it, and past it. Believe louder than the world doubts. They said she never would. She proved she always could. This is the story of Wilma Rudolph. The girl who couldn't walk. The woman who taught the world how to run. If this story touched your heart, subscribe to the channel. Because here, we don't just teach English, we teach strength. And if Wilma could rise from nothing, maybe you can, too.